All right, so I'll keep this short, but I didn't see a good video specifically for the Honda 2023 Ridgeline about how to wire the dash camera with the wires hidden from the front to the rear, and on the front going to the lighter adapter. There are probably other people who are going to want to hardwire it to the fuse box. I did that before with a different truck I had, a Toyota Tacoma, and I had some issues where if I didn't drive it for about a week or so, sometimes the battery would drain. So I wasn't really a fan of that. So since I don't really need the parking mode, I just have it wired directly to the lighter adapter so that the dash camera only operates when the vehicle is running and not otherwise. This way there's no chance of the battery being drained, and that's just how I prefer to do it. If you want to do a wire up to the fuse box, I suggest you see a different video for that part, but I'm just going to cover running cables from the lighter adapter to the camera, and then from the camera to the back of the vehicle. As you can see right now, I have power coming from here. This is for the phone multimedia. So this is the power that I have going up here, which is obviously not very nice looking. So I want to route this one over the cable there, down around there, and then the rear facing camera, we're gonna hopefully go up along the ceiling into the back. Okay, so one of the first steps you want to do is take a little pry tool, pop out this little side curtain airbag so you can access the bolt there. All right, so for this bolt, you're gonna want a number 8 metric. After the bolt's removed, you should be able to pull off the panel. And you don't need to pull it off all the way. You just want to get it off enough that you can get the wire going down into it. This wire, and we just want to start kind of stuffing it up into this area here. It's not really hard. Just like that. You can use one of these tools to push it in here if you need to, but it's actually pretty easy to go into there. And then you work your way around over to this column. Okay, one thing worth pointing out is that in this column there is a side curtain airbag. This airbag is designed to deploy along the window edge right here. It's designed to come out here. So don't put the cable on this side. You want to get the cable on the other side, the side facing the windshield. So the cable should go along the back here, which is not where the airbag is going to deploy. Yeah, you don't want that messing up the potential for this to deploy in case you ever need it. Okay, so as you see, I've routed it along the back side of the side curtain airbag, and then underneath it, it's kind of hard to see, but underneath it right in here, and then you just go along this crack, tuck it in there, and then you're going to continue tucking right along this frame here. Use the little you know, prying tool if you need to, but it's pretty easy. Just goes along there, and then it's going to go under the glove compartment. So under the glove compartment, this is the hinge for that. There is another panel that you could take off if you need to, but you probably won't need to here. You just tuck it up, back, around, under. In fact, if you have a lot of extra that you want to twist tie off, this would probably be a good spot to store it back under in this panel, so that when you come out here, you just have like only how much you need. Yeah, after I have it about half tucked under the glove compartment, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in where I want it here with my little lighter adapter. I'll probably do it under there. And then, after you get that where you want it, you basically just tuck this here, and then hide all the rest under there. And that's it for the lighter adapter power supply. And of course, you just take this, you know, put your number 8 back where it needs to go. Cover this, and now it's good to go. Just got that and that. For the back camera, one thing to note is this on the Honda Ridgeline 2023, this power window opens that way. So we don't want to put the camera there because it's going to be hit by the moving window. And I wouldn't really want to put it in the moving window either, because I want the cable to just be, you know, coming out and not have to flex when the window moves. So the only good spot to put the camera is going to be on this driver's side rear panel over right here. So I'm going to have to route the cable along the driver's side. First thing, of course, you want to connect your rear, cable, the one that says connect to front camera, into the spot that says rear. And I'm having a hard time focusing, but there we go. And then we're going to begin routing this cable along. So, kind of same thing, you just tuck it in up here with your fingers or the pry tool. Probably gonna have to use the pry tool and both hands to get it up along here. I'll come back in a second. All right, yeah, so the cable should go pretty easily tucked underneath all that stuff, and you just keep on tucking it all the way until we get to this side column. Okay, so when you come up to this side column, you want to take off the number 8 bolt again. And this gets a little more tricky because if I just routed this cable straight and tucked it here, I would basically be blocking some of this side curtain airbag, which again, you definitely don't want to do that. So what we're going to want to do, I think, I'm not an expert here, but it looks like the best thing to do to me would be to come in up here. There's a crack between this side curtain airbag assembly that we could use to continue running up here. So I'm actually going to want to take the end of this cable, carefully thread it through there behind this whole side curtain airbag assembly, and then continue my journey up. So I'm not blocking it. You don't want to block this in case you ever need it. Okay, so that was definitely one of the harder parts of this, but as you can see, it's clearly going behind the side curtain airbag, not in front of it. So yeah, you just kind of have to make some space in there, go around behind it so you get behind it, and then you can continue running this cable tucked along here. So after you get it threaded underneath there, then you pull it all through. Now you just start tucking it up along here in between the roof and this weather stripping. As I've begun working on this, I realized that this weather stripping actually can come clear off pretty easily. So what you want to do is make sure you're tucking it actually under this roof panel, and then after you tuck it under there, then you just push your window weather stripping back in place. Sorry, the focus sucks here. Okay, so everything should go pretty easily tucking along here until you get to this point. And this part is kind of hard, and definitely where one of these little plastic pry tools comes in very handy. You kind of just have to very carefully tuck along in there, and then you want to begin tucking into there, and you work your way around to the rear. All right, as you move along, you just want to be careful you don't like jam into the cord too hard. The cord's somewhat durable, but if you smash it really hard, you might cause a kink or some damage to it. So if you need to, kind of just like pull an opening with one of these pry bars and use something else to push it in especially tight places. All right, so from here, going all along here should be pretty easy until you get back here to the back of the vehicle, and it looks like it'll tuck right along here pretty smooth. There is another side curtain airbag here, which is going to be in here for this window, the rear window. So you want to make sure you don't have the cord going down here anywhere. You just want to just route it clear along the top there to this back glass. So yeah, that tucked along here pretty easily. Now then you just finish pushing this, and it should, it'll be fine just coming out this corner here, I suppose. Okay, so I took off the headrest to get a better view of things here. Now when you put the camera on, I would make sure you have the power supply attached to it, because this kind of sticks up a bit, at least in this model I have. So if I mounted this camera all the way up to the top, it would be colliding with the roof here, which would be a problem. The other thing to take note of is if you have these lines for window heaters, sorry about the focus, make sure that your camera lens is going to see in between these window lines. You don't want one of these defroster bands to be blocking your lens. All right, then cable management. I mean, maybe someone has a better solution than just bunching it all up here, but I didn't really find a safe spot to tuck it along the run it had to do. So I'm just going to put that there, and then for the most part, you won't really be seeing that. during the normal operation of the vehicle. And that's about it.